Oh man, was that miserable. Just miserable. Miserable experience. Wow. Wasted a whole Kevin Love masterclass. That's not cool. I'm over here hyping up Duncan and Orlando last game, calling them the Robinson brothers. Then the next game, they do this. Man, not that I've lost faith in them, but God, Duncan with maybe his worst game of his career, definitely the worst game of the season. But the audacity to have wasted a Kevin Love masterclass. Blowing another lead, 16-point lead blown. Man, oh man. I'm miserable, you're miserable. Let's wallow in some misery together, shall we? I'm going to keep this short. I'm not putting any highlights, and it's too bad because there were some fun highlights in this game. Go watch the highlights somewhere else. I'm not going to waste my time on a Saturday editing in a whole bunch of highlights. I want to go outside before this the Lakers and Pacers game comes on. Go Pacers, by the way. Where do you begin? Yeah, we have no Haywood, no Tyler, no Bam. Yeah, but, the Cavs have no Karis LeVert, no Mobley. And then the first half, you have a less than stellar Donovan Mitchell first half. Darius Garland picks up 4 easy fouls. You go up 16, then all of a sudden, what? They switch to a zone and you fall apart? What are we doing here? And these stats are just vomitous. I'm going through these stats and it's like, field goals, fine. 3-point percentage, fine. Same as the Cavs. Free throw percentage, fine. Boom! Out rebounded 51-37? Come on! We lost 12-7 on offensive rebounds. They got 13 steals to our 5. We had 18 turnovers. Come on, what is this? It's another game where we beat ourselves. The fact that we were even down 9 with 3 minutes to go was amazing. And not only were we down 9, I think there was 2 possessions in a row that we missed 3-pointers that could have made it a 2-possession, 1-possession game. Thank God for our bench. Really, our bench is the reason that this wasn't a blowout. It's interesting, if you look at this plus-minus shenanigans, our entire starting lineup, minus. But our whole bench was a plus. We only played 8 guys. Jaime, +1. Josh, +7. The great Kevin Love, +6. Poor Duncan Robinson, -25. Man, Duncan Robinson, 1 point, 0 rebounds, 1 assist, 0 for 7 from the field, 0 for 6 from 3. Even his free throws, 1 for 2. 6 turnovers, 4 fouls, -25. Jaime, Josh, and Kevin Love were great. Jaime, 14 points. Josh, 17 points. Kevin Love, 14 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 5 for 9 from the field, 4 for 8 from 3. Drew an offensive foul. Amazing outlet passes. Wasted. God. And Jimmy, I don't know what's going on with him. I get it. Everybody has off nights, but man, look, Tyler's out and Bam's out. You got to pick up the slack, man. You gotta pick up slack. Like you're the guy. You're the superstar, whether you like it or not. You're the guy getting the big bucks. You're the guy with the private jet money. In instances like this, you gotta step up. I get it. It's hard. You don't know what the guy's going through on any given night, any given day. It's damn near impossible to beat a team like the Cavs when you have no Tyler, no Bam, Jimmy with a 5 for 15 night, and Duncan Robinson with an 0 for 7 night. How are you supposed to win like that? And you're getting out rebounded, and you're having more turnovers. How are you supposed to win? All right, let's run through this game real fast. I'm a big negative Nancy today. But I'm not down on the team as a whole. I get it. We're unhealthy. We have a bunch of guys out, but we always have guys out. We're never healthy. All last season we had guys hurt. All playoffs we were hurt. 2020 playoffs were hurt. 2020 finals were hurt. 22 playoffs were hurt. We're hurt now. We're always hurt. So you got to learn how to deal with it. And here's another rant. I told you I'm on one today. Honestly, and I'm going to sound like a jerk here, but whatever. Tyler's ankle, like that ankle sprain, this guy's been out for a month. When are you coming back? How bad can that ankle sprain be? I've sprained my ankle a million times. I've played with my ankle was this big. I've played in basketball games before. It's been 4 weeks. How bad can your ankle be? You're 23 years old. Get in there, tape it up, and play basketball. Let's go. Come on. But anyway, I'm ranting. Sue me. I'm not down on the team as a whole, but within this game, my God. And blowing these leads. Jesus. I mean, what are we doing here with blowing these leads? I mean, this is what, 4th, 5th time this season we're blowing these 15-plus point leads? And I know, I get it. It happens to a whole bunch of teams. It happens all the time. I mean, the Mavericks a few days ago almost came back from being down 30. So I get it. It happens these days. I get the three-pointer is the great equalizer and all that stuff, blah, blah. But this is the Miami Heat. We're supposed to be, the whole Heat culture, tough and gritty and in shape and all that stuff. We're not supposed to let that stuff happen. Come on. That's not Heat basketball. Here's another gripe I have. Are you ready? I told you, if you want some optimism, tune out. Tune out. This is something that's always like, what's the expression, stuck in my craw? What is up with Miami Heat fans? And I'm not talking about like hardcore Miami Heat fans that watch all the games. I'm talking about these people like the fancy schmancy Miami crowd, the people down like in the front row of the stadium. What is up with the stadium looking like completely empty all the time at tip-off? It's gross. It angers me. It really bothers me. You can't get there on time for tip-off at 8 o'clock on a Friday. You're too cool. You're too cool. Everybody has to show up fashionably late. Like, get there on time. Support your team. Be there in time for tip-off. So Josh Richardson started off really hot. He was, 5 for 6 from 3, had 17 points in the first half. That was fun. Jimmy drew 3 early fouls on Darius Garland, and we capitalized on it. Went on a 16-0 run eventually. Really, that was thanks to Kevin Love. Kevin Love checked in, and he just was amazing. He had 7 rebounds, a block, an offensive foul, and 3 assists in 7 minutes. He was really the player of the game, Kevin Love. Shout out to him. We're up 25-17 in the first quarter. We held the Cavs to only 17 points in the first quarter. Great stuff. We ended up going up 16. I guess the Cavs switched to a zone, and then we just couldn't hit a shot. We were not getting rebounds, and they just totally flipped the game on its head, did a 180, and we were up 16. Then eventually we were down 16 by the third quarter. Not cool. Jimmy Butler could not hit the broadside of a barn. He was 1 for 8 going into halftime, and that continued. He just continued to have just a miserable game. The only reason we were even in that game at halftime was because we were 40.9% from 3, thanks to Josh Richardson. And the bench. I mean, really, it was Kevin Love, Jaime, and Josh that kept us alive that game. Third quarter comes around, and then Donovan Mitchell decides to, wake up and start playing basketball, and he has 11 points in 2 minutes. And all of a sudden, we're down 14. Cavs go on a 16-1 run, and it's too bad because there was some really fun stuff. There was some fun Jaime stuff. Fun Caleb stuff. Caleb with turned the ball over, but then had that crazy chase down block on Darius Garland. Like, that was amazing. You had Kyle with an and 1-3. Just an ugly third quarter. How about George Niang cooking us at the top of the fourth quarter? That was fun. Watching George Niang score 10 points on us halfway through the fourth quarter. That's always a blast. And I was thinking to myself in this fourth quarter, Kevin Love hit a 3 and brought us down to 10. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, man, if Jimmy or Duncan can just have like a little bit of a good close to this game, maybe we can run away with this game, but nope. We would get it down to 10, and then like Kyle turns it over, and then Jimmy fouled Garland for an and 1, and then we brought it down to 9 again with Caleb with that crazy finish. He was going for that dunk and had that crazy weird finish. You know the one I'm talking about. I once again, I'm not going to put in. I put in some highlights for you guys. I'm not getting bogged down with that today. I'm miserable. Go watch the highlights on your own. Sorry, I'm only going to put highlights in if we win. And that was it. Ow! Shit! Let's sum it up. Now here's another thing. We didn't get enough free throws. We had 15 free throw attempts to their 26. I'm going to say it again. They had 51 rebounds to our 37. They had 12 offensive rebounds to our 7. 39 defensive rebounds to our 30. 13 steals to our 5. We had 18 turnovers. They had 13. Our superstar had 16 points. Our high scorer was 17 points. Another game, we don't score over 100 points. That's what, the fifth game under 100 points this season. But I get it. I know. I'm all frustrated here. I'm being extra. I get it. But like, and I see the big picture. I know we're missing guys. Like, I get it. But we're unfortunately a team that often has a lot of injuries, and like you gotta figure out how to get these regular season wins so we're not putting ourselves in a hole again like we were last year. We gotta figure it out. And that's why these next 4 games coming up are really important. You got 2 games against the Hornets. I think they're without LaMelo. He has a sprained ankle. I'm not sure when he's coming back. Then we have 2 games against the Bulls. I don't think Zach LaVine's playing right now. Who knows what's going on with that team and him, and that team's a whole mess. These are games that we should win. I don't care if we have no Tyler and Bam and Haywood. There's no excuse. You should be winning these games. We should at least be going 3-1 in these next 4 games, because after that, we have the Timberwolves. And we all know how we play against the Timberwolves.